What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm at it again at the thrift stores looking for stuff I can buy and sell on eBay or Amazon. And I'm in a Goodwill and I see this Bakugan figure. I have a lot of Bakugan stuff I'm doing a lot on, so this is worth picking up for that. By itself, not really worth a whole lot. I also got this G.I. Joe Cobra kind of boat here. I looked it up, not worth picking up. It's obviously missing pieces, $1.99. No money to be made on that. It's a newer one, so left that. Got some bags of insects here, giant insects. I don't think they were worth much. They weren't Schleich or anything special like that. So we got another bag there, some loose toys, little like monster looking car there, dinosaur looking car. I've been seeing that everywhere I go. It would be funny if that was worth a lot of money because I just keep seeing it everywhere. Rummage sales, garage sales, thrift stores, just all over the place. So on the toy shelf, I'm just looking to see if I can find anything rare. You got this, looks to be Star Wars toy, missing pieces again, not in great shape. What else we have here on the shelf? Some more baby toys. So I'll head on over to the next aisle, craft aisle, cosmetic aisle, I guess you could say. Sometimes you find some rare shampoo or soap. I've sold soap for a lot of money before that's no longer being made, discontinued stuff, but I do see these Sizzix, something to do with crafting or ink. I really don't know what they are. I just looked them up and I'm like, hey, you know what? I think I can make some money on these. They're complete. They're in good shape. They actually don't even look like they've been used. So yeah, I'll grab those, make some money. But I come over to this aisle and I start looking. Oh, what do we got here? Usually don't find stuff in this aisle, but then down here, I see this Seiko Melodies and Motions clock, $9.99. I'm like, there's no way that there's a clock in here. If there is a clock, it's someone's old clock where they bought this clock and replaced it. It's just how it goes at thrift stores. I open it up. No, it's the clock, and it's actually new in box. Absolutely crazy. Never been used, and it's only $9.99. I'm like, I can't believe this. Some of these are worth a ton of money. So I'm shocked, and there I am, just like, what's that doing there? That Von Dutch hat, I actually sold that Von Dutch hat for $40. So yeah, I don't have that. I wore it once, realized it wasn't for me. Sold it for $40. Picked it up at Salvation Army, I think, for $1.99. Great flip on that. So I'm at another Goodwill now, and I'm doing the same thing, just walking around, looking, trying to take it all in. Looks like you got a newer, I don't know if that was a Coleman or Rayovac lantern up there. Usually the newer ones I don't mess with. Not enough profit in them. Over here, just all kinds of miscellaneous stuff. What's in the bag? Always open this stuff. I've had so many videos recently where I open things and just find something I wasn't expecting that's worth a lot of money. So it never gets old opening stuff like that, especially at rummage sales or places. You just never know what's going to be inside. Didn't really see much in this aisle though, so we're going to head on to the next aisle. Of course, you know, I've been mentioning it every chance I get. I found those Nintendo games at a rummage sale where I opened the box. So that was awesome. Video on that if you haven't seen it. What else? There's a binder with some games, like a couple $100 games in there. So just always worth looking at these places because there's so much stuff here, and sometimes stuff just sneaks by and it's hidden. Here's a tote, and just kind of looking in there, I realize I really don't want to dig in that tote. So basically, after I tell you to look at everything, I'm like, I don't want to dig all that stuff out just to see what's at the bottom. Yeah, maybe I'm a hypocrite. tell people to always look, but then I don't. Just how it is, I guess. But you can see all the toys, the games, so much stuff here, and a lot of the stuff, yeah, you could probably buy and make, $2 or $3 on, but as I say many times, I don't want to do that. There's just better ways to spend your time to make $2 or $3, and you could probably make a good hourly wage even buying some of this stuff. But you also got to be careful that you're not buying things that won't sell, because that can get you into a lot of trouble. So in that box, it looked like some, I think they were like LOL doll clothes or something like that. Some of these newer dolls I'm not too familiar with, but I went to 2 Goodwills that day, and then the next morning I'm back in the same Goodwill, and up here I see this little binder, and I'm like, oh, this is a yokai watch binder. Is there any thing in it? And sure enough, there's a bunch of these medallions, and I'm like, hey, for $1.99 I bought it. It's worth selling. There's some money involved there. Not big money, but you know what? I'll take it. Nothing else new, I don't think, in this aisle. You just never know with these thrift stores what is going to hit the shelves literally minute by minute. Here is something I found, the toys, a bag of Power Rangers toys. I also got a couple Stephen King books there, but yeah, what else do I find in this thrift store? Oh, this R2d2 Measuring Cup Set. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'll buy it for $2.99 for myself. Got it home, I looked it up. It was actually selling for good money. I've already sold that. I sold that for $35, I think it was, very quickly. So yeah, when I can make some money on something like that I don't really need, I just go ahead and sell it. Still kind of cool to pick up. Checking these end caps of board games, puzzles, hoping to find something. And look at this. This got my attention, got me excited. Octopath Traveler. I thought this was the actual Switch game. This is a Switch game I'm interested in owning, even though I've never opened the Switch that I own. It's still in the box. But it's some sort of sticker set, and it was $5.99. I'm like, I'm not going to want to buy that. But I looked it up. Sure enough, it was selling for a decent amount of money. So I grabbed it, hoping to make some profit on it. Checking out all the miscellaneous glassware, figurines. I'm just looking for unique stuff because there's so much here, so much to process. I like recording these aisles because there's usually somebody that sees something and they're like, whoa, that's such and such. You make some money on that. And I'm like, had no idea. It just looked like something cheap, generic. But a lot of this stuff is probably just cheap and generic, not worth buying. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you see anything. I'd appreciate it. So a new cart comes out and I rush over to see what's on it. You never know what kind of goodies could be on there. And I see this, what is it? Caboodles makeup case, I believe it is. Some of these, that case alone is actually worth $30-$40. I didn't know it was going to be worth that much when I bought it. I noticed there was something in it though when I picked it up, so I'm just checking out the rest of the stuff. And yeah, I'm like, well, let's see what's in this makeup case. Probably just a bunch of old makeup or craft stuff, usually is what it is. And yeah, I opened it up, there's a bunch of jewelry in there, like costume jewelry and stuff. And Goodwill around here, the Goodwills, they do not put out any kind of jewelry, even like costume jewelry that I ever see. Not like Salvation Army where they just throw a bunch in a bag and sell it. So I'm like, I think Goodwill messed up here. $3.99 for all of it. I went ahead and got it. There's definitely some money even in just the case alone. So I'm at the next Goodwill again, day 2, and I found some stuff, a glove, a medical thing, even got a skateboard deck, which was pretty cool. Checking out the holiday stuff here, hoping there's something else I can buy to make some money. There's a couple carts, cages, whatever they are at this Goodwill. New. There's that train set. I forget the details on that. I looked that up. It wasn't really nothing. Don't want to miss any of those Linux train sets, Christmas train sets. But over here, I got this remote control helicopter, this game, some clothing, Champion hoodie, reverse weave stuff. I got like a Jordan, some sweatpants, just some decent stuff, actually. Of course, I'm going to show you everything I picked up, and it's good stuff. Here's everything I got. Let me show you. Back here, we got this game, Rock Jocks, from the 90s. I have a vague memory of this as a child. I'm pretty sure I never owned it, but it was only $2.99. It's in pretty good shape. Hopefully all the pieces are there. I'm gonna sell it on eBay for about $30 plus shipping. But below it right here, this is a very good find. I 100% thought when I opened this inside a Goodwill, there was not going to be this clock in there. It was just going to be some old clock or something else. But no, it looks like it might even be new open box in there. You can see it was only $9.99, which is a crazy price. This is something you'd figure Goodwill would price 30, 40, maybe even 50 bucks. Some of these Seiko Melodies in Motion clocks can be worth hundreds. I found one fairly recently in a Salvation Army. Unfortunately, it had problems. I only sold it for like $75 for parts. Working, it would have been about $200, $250 clock. This one is a bit newer, but it's still selling for over $100, so going to be some great money in that. Down here, I got these multiplication dominoes and stuff like that, vintage. You know, the comps weren't great on these, but they're only $1.99. I think I can sell them for 20 bucks. I went and grabbed them. Also at Goodwill, I picked up these Columbia boots. Columbia is not a great brand to sell, but they were only $4.99. They're in really good condition, ready to be listed, so I think I can sell them for about 20, maybe $25 plus shipping. I grabbed this R2d2 Measuring Cup Set because I thought, you know what, maybe I'll use that. It's kind of neat. It's brand new, $2.99. Looked it up though, and surprisingly, they're selling for about $30 on eBay. So you know what? I think I'm just gonna sell it. It'd be some good profit in that. Below it at the thrift store, I paid 50 cents for this Platinum Edition Family Feud game, and I can sell this for about $30 pre-owned on Amazon. I also found this at Goodwill. This is an Octopath Traveler, which is a Nintendo Switch game. I thought it was the game at first. I was very excited because, you know, I actually wouldn't mind having this game. You can see this is $5.99. It is just a character card and sticker set. I was like, ooh, $5.99, that's harsh, but I looked it up. They're selling for about 30 bucks. So go ahead and grab that. Shipping will be nice and light on that. So I think I paid 10 cents, maybe a quarter or less for this book at the thrift store. You can see it's new and it was selling for about $30 new on Amazon. I think I could sell it for, so I went and grabbed it. Another case where I saw a binder and I opened it up and I found some stuff in there. Recently in a rummage sale, I found a binder filled with video games. And one of the video games in there is worth a couple $100. Check out that video if you missed it. But I opened this and saw there's a bunch of these, I think they call them medals for Yokai Watch. Not very familiar with Yokai Watch. Some of the watches and stuff like that do well. But I looked it up and I saw that this binder with a decent amount of these medals were selling for, well, one sold for $40, I think. This one has a little bit less. I still think I could sell it for about 30 bucks. 25, 30 bucks. So for $1.99, I picked it up. Picked up these Sizzix. There's the alphabet for some sort of machine, I guess, that prints letters. I don't even know exactly. I looked them up. The comps were okay on some of them. There was one selling by itself, I think for $25, and another one that wasn't selling as great. I'll probably just lot these two together. Imagine I'll price them like 30 plus shipping they're gonna sell. So I thought I'd give this a try. This is a Nascar T-shirt, actually, and it's brand new, it's vintage. It was $2.99. I figure maybe I just start an auction at $5 and see where it goes or something like that. I did a quick search. I didn't see any of these that sold or were on eBay. Of course, some vintage NASCAR T-shirts are pretty good money. The print on this doesn't look too exciting. It looks kind of cheap, but you know, at $2.99, I think somebody would buy it maybe like 15, 20 bucks. If I just do a buy it now. Here is a Peanuts water globe. I opened it up. Looks like it's in pretty much new mint condition. I paid $3.99 for it. Doesn't look like it's selling that great. Some of the Peanut stuff was selling for like $25, $30. This particular one I think was listed for 45-ish. It just, there were no sold comps. I figured I'd give it a shot. Why not? So here's a remote control helicopter at Goodwill. This was only $9.99. I popped it open. The helicopter looked okay from what I could see. The remote was in there, the charger was in there, and some other parts. I could not find any really reliable comps on this other than on Terapeak. One of these sold for $50, I think it was $59.99, no remote, untested. But there was another comp that was $189, and it just said parts. It didn't even look like the helicopter was included in that picture. You know, once the listing gets so old, you can't look at the photos. I just saw the thumbnail on there. So I think it's worth the risk. Even if it's not working, I can sell it for parts, make money. I can sell the remote charger for sure. It'd be kind of fun to test, especially if it works. Maybe I can play around with it and then crash it and then just lose all my profits. But in the end, it's going to be some profit. So back up here on the table, got this Canon camera. I paid 50 cents for it at the thrift store. And it's about a $50, $60 camera. Good pickup there. For $5.99 at Goodwill, I picked up this bag of Power Rangers stuff. And, you know, there's nothing great in here. I think I found this recently by itself. You know, they average like $8 to $10. I would say there's at least $20, $25 profit there. I got a lot of Power Ranger stuff, about 2 totes worth that I'm going to be doing some auctions on, lotting them up, getting them listed. So, you know, these will just be added to that. So I grabbed this baseball glove, youth baseball glove at Goodwill. It ended up being $2. Looked like it was selling for about $18, $20 plus shipping. So not bad. So this came out on a new cart right before I left a Goodwill. It's $3.99 and it felt heavy, so I decided to open it, see what was inside. And it's packed full of this jewelry. Now, from what I've looked at it, it's nothing, you know, it's more like costume jewelry. No real gold or anything in there. I'll have to look a bit closer. I doubt there would be any, but you got all kinds of stuff in these bags. A bunch of different types of earrings. And yeah, I think mostly earrings. You can see here. So for $3.99, I don't know if Goodwill knew this stuff was in there. You know, it was probably donated and they just slapped a price on this real quick for $3.99. I never see costume jewelry or any kind of jewelry at Goodwills around here. So I'm sure this was a mistake. I felt like I needed to buy it before it was discovered. But the plan is to just do an auction on this stuff. Just throw it all on the table, take some pictures, and see where the auction ends up. I don't think it'll be much profit. But again, at $3.99, I think there's some money there. Even the case here, the little jewelry box, maybe I'll sell it with it. I don't know. It'll be fun to see where the auction goes. Then I also got this board, skateboard. It's a Ed Sheeran board, $4.99 is what it says on there. I was like, oh, this could be really good. Started doing some research. Apparently he bought out some small skateboarding company, Hoax here. I didn't see any comps for this board. I eventually found a website, I think in the UK. They were selling this new for $99, or I guess 99 pounds in the UK. I'll probably price this just like $50 plus shipping. I really don't know what it's worth, how desirable it is. I mean, it's new, I only paid $4.99 for it. So I think I'll definitely make some profit on it. Then we got one of these safety steel folding commodes. Brand new, you see it was $19.99. This Goodwill was having a flash sale, so everything was half off. It was only $10. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. Because the profit on this is not going to be big or anything. I think $20, $25 max. It's just new, ready to go. I just slap a label on that box when I ship it out. I also got some clothing here, and these are kind of interesting. These are some Jordan Flight sweatpants. They're fleece, and I don't know. I could not find these exact ones. So I don't know the value of these. I think they're going to be at least $50. Like most of these unique pairs anyway, we're selling between $30 and like $150 pre-owned. So I'll probably price them high just in case I have something kind of desirable. For being white, they're extremely in great condition. So you just got the Jumpman there. So yeah, pretty nice find. Got them for about $5. I got this Nike Live Strong, just jacket. Some of these were selling between $20 and like $70. Again, it's one of these things I'll probably just price like $30, and I think it's going to definitely move eventually. And then I decided to grab this Champion vintage reverse weave hoodie. And reverse weave stuff does pretty good on Champion. I mean, there's some really good reverse weave Champion stuff, vintage. Some of it in the hundreds of dollars. This is just a basic sweatshirt, but still, just because it's reverse weave, it'll sell for like $25-ish, and it's in good condition. What is on my chair? But there it is, everybody. Going to be some great money in this stuff. Another successful haul in the books. Now I just need you to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.